alayhi. So take it from ayah number 11 to connect it. فَلَقْتَحَمَ الْعَقَبَةَ. Al-iqtiham huwa ad-dukhulu bi shiddatin wa kulfa. Al-iqtiham, or Yusuf? Yes. Huwa ad-dukhulu bi shiddatin wa kulfa. So now in English we can translate that فَلَقْتَحَمَ الْعَقَبَةَ. He has not strived hard. He has not made efforts. He has not strived hard. فَلَقْتَحَمَ الْعَقَبَةَ. He has not made efforts, or he has not strived hard. Al-aqabata, to pass on the path that is steep. To path on the path that is steep. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةُ. And what will make you know the path that is steep? What will make you to know that what we mean by the path that is steep? Got it? And as I gave you the general rule about Adra and Yudri, Ibn Abbas says, Raziyallahu ta'ala an, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in such a way uses the word Adra, which is past tense, so he asks and then he answers. He asks and then he answers. But when he uses Fele Muzare, Wama Yudrika, so he asks but he does not answer. You will study Quran, so you will see this. Where Allah said, Ma Adraka, so right after that he answered the question. But when he say Wama Yudrika, so he left it as is. Wama Yudrika la'alla sa'ata takunu qariba. And what will make you know, maybe the hour, the day of judgment is close by. So Wama Yudrika, he asked the question, he didn't answer. Got it? So that's a general rule given by whom? By Ibn Abbas. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةُ. And what will make you know the path that is steep? So now the answer is فَكُّ رَقَبَةٍ, setting free, Raqaba, a slave. فَكُّ رَقَبَةٍ. So now setting a slave free, that is a path that is steep. And path which is steep, people do not enter to. People. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, setting a slave free, people are not entering to. Got it? But only those who are expecting the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like as we mentioned last night, Abdul Rahman ibn Auf, Osman ibn Affan, and Abu Bakr Siddiq, and Sayyidah Aisha, Raziyallahu ta'ala anhum ajma'in. They used to buy the slaves and to free them. Got it? It is said that Sayyidina Osman Raziyallahu ta'ala anhu, he freed 1,700 slaves. How many? Fakku raqaba, freeing a slave, aw it'amun fi yawmin zi masghabatin, are giving food, fi yawmin, in a day, zi masghabatin, a day of hunger, a day of where people are really in need of, where people are really in need of. Otherwise, feeding the poor in regular days, that's also a great thing. But when people are in starvation, or famine has taken place, or for example, now when the corona was there, so in third world country, the food situation was very bad. But alhamdulillah, Muslims, they were doing a lot. Not only Muslims, non-Muslims are doing as well. Yes, to close to Los Angeles, there was one area every Wednesday, one guy was bringing a full container full of milk and he was giving 2 gallons per person. He was not a Muslim, but he was doing that. He said, I have a company and people are in difficulty. Got it? Are giving food fi yawmil zi masghabatin, in a day of hunger, mean famine or stern need. Famine or stern need. And feeding whom? Yatiman, to an orphan, yatiman za makrabatin, to an orphan, za makrabatin, having a relation. An orphan relation. So it means that the rights are doubled. Number 1, he is orphan. Number 2, he is your relative. He is orphan, and number 2, he is your relative. Yatiman za makrabatin, to an orphan near of kin. Aw miskinan, or to a poor, za matrabatin, afflicted with misery. Za matrabatin mean dusty. Za matrabatin mean he is that much poor that he is on the footpath. The cars are passing by, he is full of dirt. He is full of dirt. That is the literal meaning. Got it? But here, the technical meaning is, aw miskinan, or to a poor, za matrabatin, afflicted with a big misery. Afflicted with big misery. Summa kana min allazina, and then he is, means this giver one. Summa kana min allazina, and then he is min allazina, of those amanu who believed, wa tawasaw bis sabri, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, and recommended or enjoined one another بِالصَّبْرِ, with patience and stability. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْمَرْحَمَةِ, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْمَرْحَمَةِ, and enjoined one another بِالْمَرْحَمَةِ, with kindness. Ulaika ashabul maymana, they are the companions of Maymana. So Maymana has 2 meanings. Number 1, they are the companions of right hand, means receiving their personal file in their right hand. And the second meaning is ashabul maymana. Maymana means barakah. Ulaika ashabul maymana, they are the blessed people. Wallazina kafaru, and those kafaru bi ayatina, who disbelieved our ayat, hum ashabul mash'ama. Hum ashabul mash'ama, so they are the companions of left hand. Mash'ama means shimal. Ulaika ashabul mash'ama, they are the companions of left hand, means receiving their personal file in their left hand. And number 2, that is from Shum. Ulaika ashabul mash'ama, they are the most unlucky people. Shum means unluckiness. Alayhim narun, alayhim narun musadatun, alayhim narun, on them there will be fire, musadatun, shut over them. So they will be locked up in a fireplace. They will be locked up in a fireplace. Got it? So the brief summary of Surah Al-Balad, that human has been created in a world of toil. Then complaint about human. that they are spending a lot of money in the enmity of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but not setting slaves free. And of course, there is basharat and inzar, happy news and warning. Surah Shams. Shams means sun. The subject of this surah is that people are different in their faiths and beliefs, good and evils. In Arabic we say that the subject of the surah is tafriqa fil i'tiqad, that people are different in their faiths and beliefs. Got it? Some of them, they are good and some are otherwise. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that human has been given such a nature that he has the ability to do good or to do evil. And as he has highest degree of freedom in the creature of Allah. Tarjan, you remember these terms or not from that book of yours, which you gave me last night? That living entities, that they have freedom. They what? They have freedom, but they have degrees in freedom. The highest degrees of freedom is there for human. Got it? So that's why they have free will. That's how they have free will, to do good or to do bad. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, the one who is doing good, he is the successful one. And one who is doing other way around, he is the loser. And of course, the loser will be punished. And for punishment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the example of the people of Samud, that how Allah punished them. Got it?
Yes.
And why Allah punished them? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned there the reason and the cause. كَذَّبَ السَّمُودُ بِالطَّغْوَاهَا, because they transgressed the boundaries. Now the message is very much clear that you people are transgressing the boundary. So what do you think? What will be the result? That is sunnatullah. That is established, ruled by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Got it? Or not it? وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا, وَالشَّمْسِ, I swear by the sun, وَضُحَاهَا. So duha is actually for a specific time. When the sun rises and it comes over and becomes bright, so that time is called duha. And at that time, according to Hanafiya only, Jamhur don't say that. There is a special prayer which is called Salat Zuha. 2 rakat, 4 rakat, or how much you can. This is the mazhab of Imam Abu Hanifa only. Got it?
Yes.
And Jamhur, they say that Ishraq and Zuha is one and the same. If Ishraq is delayed, it turns to Zuha. If Ishraq is delayed, it turned to Zuha. And there is no any specific Salat Zuha. Got it? But Imam Abu Hanifa says, Raziyallahu rahimahullah, that when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam entered Makkah, so he went to the house of Allah. Now with him, the first one who entered that was Osama ibn Zayd, Raziyallahu ta'ala an, who is called Hibbu Rasulillah. What? Hibbu Rasulillah. Hib is in the meaning of utmost beloved. He was the son of Zayd ibn Harisa, the adopted son of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So Osama ibn Zayd was Hibbu Rasulillah. So he entered with him. So he narrates, and not only narrate a prayer, otherwise somebody could have said that prayer means that he was making dua. No, he described his standing, that he stand in this place inside the house of Allah, that these two pillars were to his right and one pillar was to his left. So there he prayed. So it means prayer. And he expresses فَصَلَّى رَكَعَتَيْنِ. He prayed 2 rakat. And Bilal narrates, Raziyallahu ta'ala an, he entered after that. That Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he was standing and making dua. Now Jumhur say that prayer inside the house of Allah is not a recommended practice. Got it? Got it?
Yes.
And Imam Abu Hanifa says that is. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam did it. They say, but Bilal says. So Imam Abu Hanifa said, but Usama says. So they said the difference. He said the difference is that Usama was the first one who entered with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When Bilal entered, already Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had prayed. Got it? Got it or not it? Yes. So now based on that riwayah, those 2 rakat, that is called rakate al-fath. Yes, the prayer of victory. That was victory prayer. Because Makkah was conquered. And then after that, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he went to the house of Sayyidah Hani, Raziyallahu ta'ala anha. His first cousin, the sister of Sayyidina Ali. Because her house was the closest one and nearest one to the house of Allah. فَاغْتَسَلَ وَصَلَّى رَكَعَتَيْنِ Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam take a shower there. And then after that, he prayed 2 rakat. Now those 2 rakat, which was prayed at the time of Zuha, that was prayed at Zuha time. Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi said that is the mustadil of Salatul Zuha. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed Salatul Zuha. And those 2 rakat, Jumhur said that was Salatul Fath. But Imam Abu Hanifa says Salatul Fath already was done inside the house of Allah. But actually to them, that prayer is not proven to them. They are taking the riwayah of Bilal. Got it? Now look, how curious they are to find out that what the reality is. That's why every one of them is blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are or they are not?
Yes.
That is. Got it? So Zuha is named for time. And as at that time the sun is bright, so that's why Zuha is for brightness as well. Washamsi, I swear by the sun, wazuhaha, and by its brightness. Washamsi wazuhaha, I swear by the sun and by its brightness. Wal qamari, I swear by the moon. Iza talaha, tala amrun zaidan. Tala Amrun Zaidan. It means that Amr followed Zaid. Amr followed Zaid. Mean he was walking behind him. He was walking behind him. So, wal qamari iza talaha, and by the moon as it follows the sun, and by the moon when it follows the sun. Got it? So now, when it follows the sun, some days the moon is setting down before sunset. Moon is setting down before sunset. So that is the passing month moon. That is what? The passing month moon, and that is not seen mostly, especially in the last days. Especially in the last days. Got it? But when it follows the sun, number one, when it sets after the sun, but sometime it is seen and sometime not seen. Because it sets down after sun, but still the redness on horizon is that much that it could not be seen. Got it? So that is called the conjunction time. In Sharia, there are two terms for conjunction time. Muhaq and Qiran. Qiran means ittisal, very close to sun. That is setting down very close to sun. So that's why that is not sightable. And mostly the Mufassirin, they have mentioned, because at that time all the ulama, they were not only ulama of Quran and Sunnah, they were ulama of science as well. Got it? Yeah. They were ulama of science as well. As you were referring to that book of mine, which you completed, may Allah bless you. Yes, that Jabir ibn Hayyan, what he said, what you were saying today, say it. Huh? What he was saying?
Don't rush to give the results of something.
Yes, that is. He said just have the test at least 3-4 times. When all 3-4 times the result is one and the same, then disclose it. Because he was a scientist. He is the scientist. He is the one who invented what? Say. Huh?
Scientific method.
What? Say.
Scientific method.
Yes, scientific method. Not only that, he is the inventor who has invented HCl and H2SO4.
Sure.
What is HCl? Yes. So that is the acid of what? Because acid is made of 3 things. Yes, number 1, the salt. Number 2, the sulfur. And number 3, where the land is waterlogged. The land is waterlogged. Yes, the water level under the earth, that is very high. Yes, and that is just like quagmire. When that land dries, so the dirt becomes just like a foam, dry foam. Yes. Late in the days, our mothers at that time, this soap for dress washing, these things were not available. So we used to bring that foam, yes, So they were putting a big container on the fire, putting that foam in the water, boil it, and then they were putting the cotton, very rough type of dresses and fabrics in that, and it was becoming shining. Got it? It is called shawra. It is called what? Shawra. And in our Pashto we call it khawra. That this maka is khawra. So that is not sprouting anything. Yes, only some thrones and things like that is coming out because that is not fertile land. Because that is waterlogged. Got it? So that foam is used for a type of acid as well. So HCl is hydrochloride and H2SO4 is
Sulfuric.
huh?
Sulfuric.
Sulfuric acid, yes. Why you are ashamed of? Yes, sulfuric acid, chloric acid, number 2. Sulfuric acid, and the third one is nitric acid. What is the formula? HNO3, yes. Got it? So HCl, H2SO4 and HNO3. Should we start a chemistry class? Fahim is looking at me that what a Lewane guy this is. What he is studying. I am studying everything. If I will give you a class on music, you know what I'm saying? So then maybe Nasim will call Lady Gaga, they come here and take classes. Huh? Takbir.
He'll start dancing.
It's not a good one.
He was looking for an opportunity.
Perfect timing.
Where you disappeared?
I was out of town and the last couple of days I had a little stomach issue.
Oh, okay. Because every time when Abdul Basit showed up, so I asked about you. Yes, and he is your namus. Namus means the secret keeper. So he was telling us something, and actually he was not telling us anything. It's okay, just go. What is going on? Let me double it. So Tariya, alhamdulillah, he completed the book, Islam and Science. Got it? So there he has mentioned about Jabir ibn Hayyan. He is the one scientific method has been established by Imam Jabir ibn Hayyan, rahmatullahi alayh. He was a student of Imam Jafar al-Sadiq. Imam Jafar al-Sadiq was a great scientist. Got it? Imam Baqir and Imam Jafar al-Sadiq, they were not only great mufassir, faqih and muhaddis, but they were scientists as well. Got it? And they were astronomers. They were mathematicians. Because at that time, giant study was going on. Got it? So, and Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayh, he spent 2 years with Imam Baqir and 2 years with Imam Jafar al-Sadiq, with father and son both. And later on, he used to say, if I would not have spent these two years with Imam Baqir and Imam Jafar al-Sadiq, for sure I would have said that I have wasted my life. I have wasted my life. So Jabir ibn Hayyan, the great scientist, yes, he learned all these from Imam Jafar al-Sadiq. And that what Bahlul was also, Bahlul was a very secret man. Yes, you heard his name or not? Yes. He was pretending like he is a Majnun, but he was not. He was a great scholar. Yes. But he was, yes, not wearing proper dress. Yeah. Along this dasha and having a big stick. Yes, and sitting on it like this, and running in the bazaars and things like that. And if he was passing by someone, so he was saying, like a horse. Yes, got it or not it? And what he was doing, yes, under this cover, he was taking a lot for poor from the Khalifas, especially from Harun Rashid. Got it? So Bahlul was also a student of Imam Jafar as-Sadiq. But when the father of Harun, he asked him to be the Qazi, so he pretended that he is Majnun. Yes, to get rid of that. Yes, not to be a judge. Got it? So most of the time at night, he used to sit there in the graves. Once Harun Rashid was looking for him, the Khalifa, and he found him there in the grave. Yes. So he said that, Bahlul, Abu Wahab, he said, Abu Wahab, what are you doing here? He said, actually, I want to stay with such like people who do not harm. As far as living entities are concerned, they are very harmful. Yes. So he said that you are sitting here, nobody is there to talk to you. He said, all of them, they are talking to me. So Harun asked him that, Abu Wahab, what they are telling you? He said that they are calling the people there in the city, this close by city. Yes, the Mansura. What was it? Where is Mansura? There are two Mansuras. One Mansura is there in Iraq, and another Mansura is there in Egypt. So this Mansura, that was the capital. Mansura was. Now that has become the part of Baghdad, but at that time this was the Mansura. Khalifa Mansur, yes, the grandfather of Harun Rashid, he built it up. Got it? And as Imam Abu Hanifa rahmatullah alayhi was not accepting the Qaza and the Chief Justice post, so now Khalifa was not able to give him other punishment, but to give him a hard time. So at that time Mansura was building up. So he said to Imam that you are running from this duty, so I want you to do something for the Khilafat. He said, okay, what is that? He said that these loaders, they are bringing the bricks. What? The bricks. So you have to count the bricks. And in the evening you will calculate that how many bricks they have brought it. Now bricks, as you know, that if you will count 100 bricks, so your fingers are gone. Yes or not? So he was actually punishing him this way. So what Imam did, he came to the loaders. He said that when you are bringing the bricks, so you have to make a chata. Chata means like putting like this. Yes. Got it? Like a big bunch in a square. A big bunch in a square. So now the width, the length and the depth, that is known of the brick. Yes, and bricks are even. Bricks are even. So now Imam rahmatullahi alayh, in the evening, he used to come and measure here from, and here from, and here from, and calculate that many. And he is the first one who invented this way. Got it? So Khalifa Mansur asked him that, Imam, how many bricks are these? So he said that much. He said, are you sure you counted? He said, yes, I counted it. He said, are you sure? He said, if you are not sure, just go and count it. Got it? I am sure. If you are not, so you should start it. Got it?
Yeah.
So somebody asked Bahlul that look at Jabir ibn Hayyan. He is the student of Imam Jafar as-Sadiq. He is the student of Imam. He learned from Imam Jafar as-Sadiq how any metal could be turned to gold. He knows that, but he is not doing it. Sometimes for experiment he is doing that, but to make wealth he is not doing that. So he said that he learned from Imam Jafar as-Sadiq how to turn a copper to what? To gold. Yes. And what you learned, you spent those many years. He said, I learned from Imam Jafar as-Sadiq to turn gold to dust. I am turning gold to dust. And that's why I'm sitting in dust. Got it? And that's what Baba Abdul Rahman said. What he said. This is not a skill that somebody is turning dirt to gold. چې دا هنر نه دی چې خاورې څوک سره زر کړي چې زر خاورې کې رحمان هنر دا دی. Those who are turning gold to dust, thinking of no gold, that to me that is just like stone. He said he is the wise man. Got it? So all of us in this world, we are bewaqoof, according to Baba Abdul Rahman. Yes, because Abdul Qudus, day and night he is thinking how to turn all the stone to gold. Abdul Qudus, you are looking too fresh. What's going on?
Get a lot of gold.
Huh? Okay. Yes. So anyhow, Jabir ibn Hayyan. Who? Jabir ibn Hayyan. Yes, he is called the father of chemistry. Yes, he is called. Yes, but the problem is that if you will go to English books, so they don't say Jabir, they say Gabir. Yes, G-A-B-E-R. G-A-B-E-R. Otherwise his name is J-A-B-I-R. Yes, so when you will write the name Gabir, yes, so people will say that he is from Chatsworth. Yes, not from Baghdad. He is where from? Yes, and he is not a great scholar of Quran and Sunnah. He is someone from Christianity. Got it?
Yeah.
وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا. So Tarijan completed that book. Yes. And the other one is also close to completion? Yeah. Already done? Yeah. Almost? Yeah. Okay. But you are almost, not Naseem's almost.
Monday.
Huh?
Monday.
Monday, inshallah. Yes. The same word, almost. But it differs from person to person. Yes? Got it? Or not it? In Peshawar, we have one big masjid that was built up by a great wali of Mughal. His name was Mahabad Khan. So the masjid is called Mahabad Khan. Got it? And that is heritage. These type of structures in India, that is heritage. Yes. So the government is taking care of all these things. And people are, the tourists, they are coming to visit these sites. So it is a big masjid. Masjid Mahabad Khan. That's in Peshawar Sadr. So for wudu, in the middle, there is a water pond. Yes. So the water are coming and people are making wudu there from. Big pond. So once a governor was visiting the masjid and some students of Deen, they were sitting there and they were studying their books. So he asked the students, what are you studying? So one say, I have Sarf Amir, and the other one was saying that I have Kanzud Daqaiq, and the other one was saying, I'm studying this and this and this. He said, you are studying, do you know anything? So one of them said that, Mr. Governor, if you want to ask any questions, just ask. You know what I'm saying? So these worldly people, they are crazy. So he asked the guy, yes, non-relevant question. So he asked the student of Kanzud Daqaiq that, you know the goblet, the jam? Jam is called what? Goblet for what? Yes. So I said that how many goblets water will be there in this pond? How many? Goblets. So who knows how many goblets? Yes. But the student, the small student, he was very clever. He said, depend. If the goblet concerned is half of the pond, so that is true. If that is quarter of the pond, so then that is 4. He said, take these $10. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين.